Okay, everyone, let's get started. Yes, beautiful, feeling it? Okay, you're an animal. Yes, there we go, you're a tiger. You're Tony the tiger. You're great. Very good. Loving it. Now you're a lemur. Running as a pack. Yes, we go left. We go right. Yes. There's a predator out of the jungle. What's going on? Burrow. And I'm spent.
Pokémon Snap sounds insane. It's a first-person on-rail shooter where you shoot Pokémon with a camera. Maybe I should have led to that last part first, huh? In any case, leave it to Nintendo to put their own spin on the genre. Literally, as this is one on-rail shooter where you can rotate a full 360 degrees to try and get that perfect headshot. But you gotta be quick to catch those fleeting Kodak moments as your autonomous vehicle waits for no one. Besides Pokemon crossing the road, of course. Look, Professor Oak isn't a complete monster.
Wow!
The entire thing feels a bit like an interactive theme park ride, like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin at Disney World, which coincidentally was also an on-rails 360-degree shooter that opened just a few months earlier. And now that Pokémon Snap is back on Nintendo Switch Online's Expansion Pack service, I was excited to revisit it to see if it still holds up nearly 25 years later. Especially as one who was disappointed by its Switch sequel, New Pokémon Snap, that I found overly complicated a simple premise. And the original Pokémon Snap really is a pretty simple game through and through, with only 6 main levels that take maybe 3 to 5 minutes each for a single run, along with a mere 63 Pokémon to find between them. Which is not only less than half of that of the original 151, but even worse, it's one short of 64! Come on guys, you were so close! But it makes the most of what it has, delivering a fun and compact Pokemon adventure that still feels distinct all these years later. Because catching them all, on film this time, doesn't involve just checking a box and moving on. Instead, it's about catching each of them in their best possible light for that perfect shot. At least going by Professor Oak's criteria, which involves things like size, pose, whether the Pokemon's centered in frame, and if any other Pokemon of the same species appear. It may sound like a lot to keep in mind, but it'll feel like second nature in short order. But you're not just a passive observer in your photography journey, as you can directly interact with the Pokemon to elicit different behaviors, like feeding them apples, annoying them with pester balls, or playing some music to have them get jiggy with it, much like Todd and Professor Oak already do in the level select screen. It's almost hypnotic. Anyways, I kind of love how you unlock these abilities over the course of the game, as it provides a Metroidvania-like reward for revisiting past areas to uncover secrets using your new tools. There's a light puzzle element to the entire thing that forces you to think outside the box as to how to stage the best shots, whether it's using apples to lure a Pokemon elsewhere, or trying to start a fight between two different species, which is a little messed up. And once you come across one of those outcomes, you then have to actually snap the results yourself within the limited amount of time you have before the moment, or you, pass by. It's an awesome combination that tests both your puzzle solving skills and then your reflexes, and it reminded me just a little bit of Punch-Out! I especially enjoyed uncovering all the secret Pokemon evolutions, which is an element that's missing entirely from the sequel. It's just so satisfying to see these transformations as a result of your actions. Although the levels may be short, there is so much happening in each one that it's easy to overlook entire Pokemon species, which helps encourage multiple playthroughs. Again, this game really does feel like it's designed like a Disney ride, offering something of interest around every corner. And because you only have a limited amount of film, on each run, you'll want to make sure that every shot counts, especially when you unlock the high score run at the end of the game. And even once you've taken all your shots and finished the stage, your job isn't done yet, as you can only submit a single photo of each Pokemon species for Professor Oak to review, which offers one final challenge as you try and figure out which photo he might like best. And I truly love what that adds to the game, providing one final dilemma that basically pits you against yourself. And it's a feature that I love coming back to after it was significantly reduced in the sequel. The puzzle elements extend even beyond just snapping pictures of the Pokemon too, as the game also tasks you with finding secret exits and hidden structures within each level to progress. And I found that to be pretty fun, as it'll have you examining these levels in a whole new light. Now visually, the game is undeniably dated, but it's certainly among the better looking N64 titles and has aged surprisingly well as a result. The Pokemon models hold up pretty well, and largely avoid that super blocky look of many other N64 era characters. Except for this guy. And the environments are generally pleasing to the eye, with nice texture work throughout, which is no doubt helped by the limited viewpoint giving the developers full control of what you see at any given moment. And I'm a sucker for the music too, which just seems to fit each level perfectly. Music to my ears, baby! And of course, as a total Gen 1er, it's just nice to see Professor Oak again, complete with the original voice actor. Even if he is a man of few words in this case.
You were close.
Returning to the original Pokémon Snap after playing the sequel reminded me of why I love the game in the first place. Everything just works. It's deep without feeling overwhelming, rewarding without being frustrating, and fun without being tiring. The snappy mechanics, great level design, and wonderful puzzle-based gameplay just mesh so well to create an experience that is yet to be matched. It's not perfect, but there just isn't a wasted moment here, even with the repetitiveness inherent to the gameplay, which never actually feels repetitive, at least so long as the gameplay mechanics click for you. Pun fully intended.
Wonderful.
Look, the game may be short, maybe 3 to 5 hours or a little bit more, but it's a great time all the way through as it avoids the padding and level grinding of its sequel. And even though I did remember much of it going in, I was delighted all over again by what I had forgotten. It really feels like you're going on a safari and getting a glimpse into a more natural side of the Pokemon world that we rarely see, even if it has become a little more commonplace over the past year or two. And that's why I still love Pokémon Snap on the Nintendo 64 to this day. It's fun, unique, and satisfying. Now, if only we could get a proper HD remaster. And there you have it, everyone, our retro review of Pokémon Snap for the Nintendo 64. Are you going to check it out for yourself now that it's on Nintendo Switch Online? Let us know by posting in the comments below. And with that, thanks for watching, and of course make sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Pokemon Snap and everything else Nintendo Switch. We'll catch you later. Bye everyone!
See you.